Alright, so hello everybody for this English version of the video, the web development. So as I said in the Tunisian version, this video will be cut in two parts. So the first part, which is this one, we're gonna talk about languages and the role of each language. The second part will be for website creator, the services which helps us to create a website, and the hostings. So we're gonna talk about local hosting and web hosting, and for the last part we're gonna talk about softwares which helps us in coding, because coding is some kind of hard when we don't choose the right software for that. So we're gonna firstly start by creating a text document to understand the languages. So I wish if you understand it. Alright, we're gonna create a text document. There it is. We're gonna open it and we're gonna start by a basic website. So a basic website, which is a website that has only text, images, videos, and text, images, videos, and yeah, that's all you can get in a basic website. So for this we're gonna need two languages, which are the base, the web development base languages, which are the HTML and the CSS, as well as HTML5 and CSS3. So basically when you want to learn web development, you should start with these two languages. They're the base. So firstly we're gonna cut these languages into the HTML or the HTML5, the CSS or CSS3. So let's start by the HTML. So before I forget, in the end of this tutorial you're gonna have a live test of HTML and CSS, a website. So alright, we're gonna start by HTML. So HTML is this language allows us to create the content of the site without alignment, not even design, which means that the site will be in only two colors. The background will be white, exactly as the notepad, and the text will be black, exactly like this. So if you create an HTML website, it will be exactly like this, just like we write so many lines, and this is gonna be a website in the with the HTML. But you may want to add some design to a website, so you may be wondering, what can I use? Alright, we're gonna use CSS. So firstly, I'm gonna note that without HTML we can't code CSS. You may be wondering why. Because the CSS will take the div class from the HTML, the h1, the h2, the h3, and all the content of the website to the CSS, and he will customize them. What does this mean? I mean, like, I'm going to create my website, which contains the first div class, which is gonna be title, for example. So I'm gonna close the div. Alright, in the div I say I've got the h1, for example, for the title, the big title of the text, Alright, I'm gonna close the H1. Alright, so the H1 is the big title. Alright, and I get the H2 for excuse me. So I'm gonna have the H2 for I mean the text that you will talk about your website, like a technological website, or I don't know. I mean, it depends of your website. And I'm gonna close the H2. So in here, if I run this code in the navigator, I'm gonna see that I have only the H1 and the H2, like this text, title, and a technological website will be visible to the eye, but they will be black, big, and the H1 will be bigger than the H2 because the H1 is the first title, the H2 will be the second title. And for the div class, I mean the div, there's div ID and div class. I mean we can change the div class by div ID, but it doesn't really change big thing because it says the same result, but it may help you when you code a website that requires many lines of code. So you might need to specify some divs like ID and some other divs like class. So here this will be my HTML. But to customize them in this CSS, I'm gonna do it like this, exactly like this. So I'm gonna type dot title, for example. So here I tell the browser that I'm going to talk about the div class, which is title. So if I choose a div ID, so if I change this by div ID, you know, I'm gonna have to change this by hashtag. Why? Because we can't put ID and class as the same thing. They're actually not exactly the same thing. ID, as you see, that's a name, it's same title. Class, class as if you gonna be a professional really in the web development, so class will be like its visibility. Like there's like in military, there's this one is higher than this one, and this one is higher than this one. So they may have to order others. So for this one, I'm gonna leave it as a class. So alright. In the title, we're gonna say it, for example, float. Well, we're not gonna use float. So for example, I'm gonna I don't know, what can you? Alright, let's say the font family would be Arial, and the font, or let's say color, would be red. I'm gonna close that. So when I come to the navigator and I execute these codes, which should be in different documents, because this one should be in an HTML document and this one should be in a .css document. So when I come to execute this code, here's what I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see the title and the font family in color red, and the font family, excuse me, Arial, and the color will be red. Exactly the same thing as this one. But maybe you may want to customize the H1 alone and the H2 alone. So here's what you're gonna do. As we see, the H1 and the H2 are included in the div class title. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna tap the dot title and the CSS with a space, and you're gonna tap H1. You're gonna say in the navigator, I'm gonna talk about the H1, which is in the div class title. So this code will be only visible for the H1. So by this way, you're gonna see the H1 in the font family Arial and the color red. As about the H2, we didn't do anything for her. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna tap the same thing, title H2. Gonna open that, and we're gonna tell them. So I want the font family sans serif. All the color, I'm gonna choose green. And I'm gonna close that. So this code will be updated only for the H2. So this is for the CSS. Alright. So let's continue with that HTML. You can code CSS. So CSS creates the design for our website. Right. So now you're gonna move to a website which is a little bit you're gonna need to learn 3 more languages to do this kind of website, which are a little bit advanced. Let's say advanced website. So advanced website will contain HTML, CSS, PHP, JavaScript, which is known by JS, and it will contain the Jquery, which is a JS library. So I actually haven't learned JavaScript yet, but I don't really know exactly what it does. But I think that it takes care of the JavaScript and the PHP are kind of the same thing, because the PHP creates executable services and the website, and the JavaScript does too create executable services and the website, but plus animations. The PHP can create animations. So you may be wondering how to make animations. So I really don't know how to do them, but I think that with the JavaScript you have to download the GIF image of the animation, like this one. I don't know if you tried BioHouse or no, but when you access to BioHouse, you see there's gonna be an animation in here. So let's wait for a second. Here it is. That's the animation. This is true. Alright, so this one we can create this slide with the PHP and the JavaScript, but we can't create the animation, loading animation. So I think that the animation, you should download the GIF image of the animation and upload it with the JavaScript. But the Jquery, as we said, is a JavaScript library, but it is the only library you will have that will be required to create a website, that will be required while learning JavaScript. Why? Jquery, it creates only animations. I don't know with code or no, but we're gonna take a look at that in Google. So Jquery, let's take a look. So let's see, what is Jquery? Jquery is a fast, small, and futurist JavaScript library. So as I said, it makes things like HTML, document traversal and manipulation, event handling, animation. As you see, there's animation, and Ajax match simple with an easy to use API that works across a multitude of browsers. So as you see, Jquery works with all browsers. So it's like any other language, but in the HTML you're gonna have to say it just like this. I don't know if it exists on Google or not, but you're gonna have to fix some troubleshoot compatibility problem with Internet Explorer. So whoa, oh shit! Right, 1 second. So that's the CSS. Gonna go a little bit down, bottom. Maybe the HTML. So alright, so actually, alright, so I think I found a little bit Jquery. Look at it, class, select it, ID, style. As you see, all this thing in black is CSS, is the website style. So this is a link, as you see. Yes, this is the official language of the official website, excuse me, of Jquery. So here it is. You can download it. So here's the of Jquery language, Ajax, and I still don't know where is them because I still didn't learn them very good. So here we now we understand is HTML, CSS, PHP, JavaScript, and Jquery. So now we're gonna move to create a website using HTML and CSS. So we can use, I'm gonna first put up on server. Here it is. Finally, so I'm gonna show you now. Oh no, sorry, I can't, because I'm creating this website and I didn't tell anybody about it, so I can show you until it's ready. So anyway, true code. If you're a beginner, you may want to try this software, which is Notepad++. I'm gonna put the download link in the description. Oh, come on. No, thank you. So you're gonna need to, no, thank you. So you're gonna need to create a new file and go to language, select HTML. You're gonna go with HTML. Alright, you're gonna need to create a new file. You go to C and select CSS. So these two files will be optimized for HTML and CSS. As you see, it will be colored HTML, head, close the head, body, we're gonna close the body. So as you see, it's colored, so we can understand, like when I put cursor on this, so this tells me that there is the body when it's open and when it's closed, and the same thing, and this when I tell that. Alright, so here I can, if I can tell H1, so it's gonna be colored. As you see, font family is gonna be, for example, Oriole. I'm gonna color it. Color, I don't know, it's gonna be red, gonna be colored, and that's all. So I'm not really gonna use Notepad++ because I really hate it so much. Sorry, yes, I hate it. So I'm gonna use Sublime Text, which is software used by beginners and professionals. So actually, this is the best coding software for Windows. For Mac, you may want to use Xcode. You know, I used to have a Mac OS, so I tried Xcode, and it's really the best thing you may ever try. So I'm gonna put this in full screen. So I'm gonna create a new alright, I'm gonna create a new file, new file, excuse me. I'm gonna open them in the same window. Here they are. So for the first file, I'm gonna save it in my desktop, or I don't know, let's say alright, I'm gonna create a new desktop. So I'm gonna create a new folder here, tutorial website. I'm gonna open it. So for this one, I'm gonna call it index.html. So index why? Because when I upload my website to the server will when I call this page index.html, so the server will know that index is the home page, which is the first page to put it for the visitor. So I'm gonna save, and for this I'm gonna call it stylesheet.css. So stylesheet.css. So I'm gonna leave it empty until I go. So HTML. So first thing, I'm gonna begin by this thing, which is doc type HTML. So this means doc type, which is document type is HTML. So as you see, I call the document .html. So here I'm gonna tell the browser that the document type is HTML. So I'm gonna open the HTML and close it. So here I'm gonna tell the browser that after this the HTML code starts. So here I'm gonna start the head and close the head. So the head will contain the title of the site that will be visible here. As you see, the Jquery, which is the title. So in the head we create something, we create things that we can't see. So I'm gonna title, I'm gonna close title, and I'm gonna put like website tutorial 1. Right, I'm gonna also create a meta tag, which is meta corset equals UTF-8. So this one, like when you're writing in French, and you're losing French language or any other language that has special characters like this E, this C, this E, this A. So when if I remove meta corset, these won't be known by the navigator, and they will be visible as symbols. So I'm gonna put this, so if there's a symbol, if there's a special character, that will be visible. Alright, now I'm gonna connect the CSS to the HTML. So I'm gonna say link raw equals style sheet. So here I'm gonna tell that the link is style sheet. The type will be text CSS, and it takes to style sheet .css, and I'm gonna close in here. So I'm gonna explain this a little bit. So there is style sheet. What style sheet is the style of the site. So we can call it style sheet, but this art, you know, when you connect your CSS to the HTML, these two things never change. It stays always the same. The only thing that changes is the name. I mean, I call it style sheet, but I can call it anything I want. This doesn't change, and this doesn't change because I'm gonna tell the navigator that it is style sheet, and the type will be text and HTML. So I think that's all. There's nothing else to put in the head. Alright, so now I'm gonna begin the body tag. Alright, so body slash body done. Alright, in the body, we're gonna start by creating some divs. So I'm gonna div class, which will be title. I'm gonna close the div. I'm gonna create a new div class, which will be navigation. Close div. I'm gonna create a div class, which is called content. I'm gonna close the div. Down. So I really wish if you don't code like me, because here I'm for the tutorial. But if you want really to code by a good way, so please, each div you create, please complete it and then go to another one. So I'm gonna create new, which will be div class equals footer. Done. I'm gonna close the div. So for the title, I'm gonna do like I did in the notepad. So I'm gonna create a H1. Oh yeah, I did something wrong. You see what I told you to complete the divs? Because I didn't close the div, it all went to the hell. So H1, I'm gonna call as website tutorial 1. I'm gonna close the H1, and I'm gonna create H2. This website is for the tutorial created by me, and I'm gonna close the H2, and I'm gonna go to the style sheet. And so I'm gonna say this firstly. I'm gonna go to the style sheet and dot title. So font family would be Oriel. So for the colors, here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna put the link in the descriptions. So web, find the text of the colors. Here we are. I'm gonna go to the Wikipedia, and here I'm gonna find all the colors I need. And here is, this is our big table. It contains I think 100 colors. I think no, maybe no, it's not the table, but it contains the colors we need. So I'm gonna, for example, I'm gonna choose this color. So I'm gonna take this, copy, I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna h tag, paste, delete that, true, the two, as you see it's all purple. So I'll save that, back to my HTML, and begin navigation. So navigation, we always use URL list. I'm gonna li, so for the first li I'm gonna put a link sharp equals to index.html, which will be home, and I'm gonna close the a tag. I'm gonna copy that, no, it doesn't work, sorry. Should work now. Done. What did he did that? I don't know. That's why I hate Sublime Text. No, really, there's no software can make you feel happy while coding, except the Xcode. Yeah, this is it. So I'm gonna do that. Alright, so I'm gonna create this one will be about. This one will be contact. So I'm not gonna recreate these pages because it's gonna take really much time. But I'm gonna put nothing here. No, it will be visible. But I'm gonna go to navigation. I want to create a really nice navigation bar, but alright. So on the div navigation or subnet navigation. Alright, so for the font family, it will be Oriel. I'm gonna, alright, without breaking our heads, I'm gonna go here, body, the font family would be Oriel. I'm gonna close that, I'm gonna delete that, delete that. The color, alright, so I'm gonna choose like, I don't know, I'm gonna, so orange, copy, paste, space, delete the space, exactly the same thing, and put the h tag sign. Alright, so here this is it. So I'm gonna also create the background color, which will be this green. I don't know what's I don't know how the website will gonna look like. So I really didn't create this website before, so I don't know how it's gonna look like, but I think it's gonna be great. So I'm gonna save it. Yeah. Let's see, is there's text vertical align. Text vertical. I think it's gonna be no, I think it's gonna be horizontal. Alright, I'm not gonna put that because it's gonna be so hard for you. It needs, I mean, to create a navigation bar and like it looks like, it's gonna take really much lines of code and much time. So I'm not gonna create it for you. Don't feel really bad about the web navigation development, but excuse me, for the web development. But when you learn, you're gonna understand it. So alright, I'm gonna move to content. So for the content, I'm gonna create the first paragraph, which will contain hello, welcome to my website. For the second paragraph, I'm gonna put like the website is talking. Hey guys, welcome on. Please don't make me feel bad and subscribe to the channel if you like the video, and don't forget to put a like on the Facebook page, and thanks. And close paragraph. I think it's gonna be good. So for the footer, I'm gonna put alright, let's start by putting div ID. So as you see, the ID is used under the class, so div ID, which will be copyright. Close the div, and I'm gonna put another div ID, which will be which will be I don't know, excuse me, there's something. I'm gonna go to YouTube and copy. So as you see, this website is actually created with WordPress. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Where is it? Here it is. Well, there's no sign here. I'm gonna go and open one of my videos, like this one. Pause it. I'm gonna go down and copy this side. No, please, sir. Copy it. Alright, so I've got an idea. So this will be terms slash div. Alright, so this will contain p. Is the copyright 2016 website tutorial 1. Alright, reserve it. I'm gonna close the p. Here the terms, I'm gonna create a link equals to nothing. I think we're gonna say terms of use, and I'm gonna close the link slash p, and I'm gonna open a p right there. Forgot it. I'm gonna save, cancel, save one more time, saved. I'm gonna go in here, and I'm gonna talk now about the div ID, which is copyright. So I'm gonna start by the font family set. So the font size I would like to be 12. I like it. So like for my screen, I'm gonna margin top. I want it to be 768, so we're gonna see why. Alright, I'm gonna put 700 pixels. We're gonna see what's going to happen. So and for the color, I'm gonna put white. That's why oh sorry, I'm gonna put here the background color will be right off. I don't know, let's say just green. I don't know what's gonna look like. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the terms. I'll open it. shit. So let's talk firstly about the color. I want it to be like blue. So blue. The font size, I want it to be like 20 pixels, or it's gonna be a little big. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that too one more time, and I'm gonna put up my website. Let's take it to life now. I'm gonna close this thing. I don't need it anymore. So, for a website. See, these are our two files. So I'm gonna put the index.html. Here it is. So guys, alright, as you see, this should be visible only the bottom of the website. So I'm going to reduce a little bit. So 700 pixel, I think 600 would be good. So strong. No. Saved. So I'm gonna show. So here it is. So it's gonna be used to style sheet CSS. Open 500. So it's good. See, so apply it. So here it is. These are the links as you see. This is it. So this is the link. Alright, so that's all. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. I really wish if you like the video, so if you like it, don't forget to subscribe and put a like on the bottom of the video. If you've got any problem, you can contact me by putting a comment on the video, or contacting me on the ZoneGeek page, or by my email, which I'm gonna put in the description. So guys, you're gonna find all the links of colors, downloads in the description, and don't forget to subscribe. So I see you in the next part of the video, which will be posted today. This time it's gonna be posted today because I really didn't find time to record the video in the last 2 days, so it's gonna be posted today after this video. So goodbye guys, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.